All right, I'm here with Rising Lee, and we're going to discuss the recent episode of Curb Your Mando, or the Blundalorian. Boy, what a garbage
Might as well call
episode,
it
man.
fucking. It wasn't as bad as that fucking terrible Coruscant one, but shit, let's get the fuck out of me, man. Warning next time.
I had to turn it down. All right, so we'll just start at the beginning. So, for some reason, I don't know why they showed us this. This was a whole pointless scene. So this fish bitch here is on some ship, and they're like, "Oh, the Empire's after us. What do we do?" And then they're like, "Oh, why don't we ask the Empire for help?" Which was just a garbage idea.
Well, and then you find out it's a bunch of fucking
Yeah,
Mandalorians, which made me fucking laugh my ass off. I was like, they stole a fucking entire Empire ship. That's dope.
yeah. They have Gideon's ship. This is Gideon's thing from the other one.
Oh, I didn't even know it was Gideon's.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up,
So
cornbread man?
the cornbread man. So here's the Mandos from the other season. And they're like, no, we're not the Empire. We're just paid to bring back your Admiral Akbar's kid or whatever. And she's like, oh, what are you talking about? She's like, oh, give us the kid. She's like, oh, why should I do that? Why can't we make a deal? And he's like, oh, we're Mandos. We get hired to do this. Let's give us the kid. And she's just like, no, we're not going to do this. And then,
Oh, this shit was so cringe, man.
yeah, this was
Two
really...
sea creatures are in love. Like, it was like, what the fuck is this? Who wrote this fucking scene?
Yeah, this was pretty bad, man. So it's supposed to be like Romeo and Juliet bullshit. This Admiral Akbar's kid here's like, oh, I love you. And she's like, oh, I love you too. And he's like, oh, this is sweet, but we're taking the kid back. So they send them to go get the kid, and she's like, oh, just go back for now. Sorry about our love. It'll have to wait. Just god awful, man.
Yeah, and then he's like, what? Did it not mean anything? And she's like, of course it did. It meant everything. What the fuck?
So Bo-Katan and Mando and Grogu here go to what looks like Epcot Disneyland.
Yeah, they get their fucking ship taken over. They start to panic. And I'm like, why would you go there if you... I don't know, it was...
Yeah, So their whole purpose here is to talk to those Mandos we saw earlier to get them to join her in her quest to retake Mandalore from who we don't know yet because Mandalore looked abandoned.
Yeah,
So,
they still haven't established that, as far as I know.
Bo doesn't even
What's
bother
up,
to bring her.
Morgan,
hey, Mark.
Erica in the chats.
Boy, the latest episode was unfortunate. I agree. It did look a lot like Epcot, didn't it? Lots of laugh. That is Epcot. Yeah, it's fucking Epcot.
What is
I don't
Epcot?
know why Bo left her helmet behind.
Oh, because
It's
she
like
doesn't have to wear it anymore.
Oh, yeah, I guess, but it would be better just to have it with you, you know? Like as a
Yeah,
safety
in case you
thing.
get shot in case you get shot in the fucking head.
Yeah. So they have to get scanned to go to this place. And then they're like, okay, we know who you are. And the king and queen, they want to meet you. And this is, I can't even describe to you. I felt like I was watching Roger Rabbit.
Dude, this was fucking hilarious, man.
Yeah, I'll give them that. It was funny because I was like, what the fuck is this shit? I mean, it was just very bizarre. Like, I don't know how else to say it. I'm just...
Dude, when I seen Jack Black sitting at the end of the table, I died laughing. I was like, what the fuck? Looking as ridiculous as fucking possible.
Yeah, he looks like he should be running Germany in the 1800s or something. It just looks like a... just looks like an idiot. And I thought this was Queen Latifah originally, but it's some other rapper, I've been told, but I can't remember the name. Lila or
She's a
something.
fucking rapper? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah. This is some like hip hop rapper bitch. Let's see here. She got the same haircut as the lead singer from D Light. Someone take away Favreau's Writer Guild card. LOL.
Shit.
Yeah. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, I was just agreeing.
This is Mando, people. I kid you not. This is an episode of Mando. We're not pulling your leg or anything here. So they're like, "Oh, we need to talk to you in private because we don't want to embarrass ourselves in front of our socialist friends here." Okay. Oh yeah, and baby Yoda just flies over there into her arms, and she's feeding it like it's a fucking pet or something. Let's see here. So they start telling them this their droids in the city are going crazy and attacking people. And they're like, "Well, what do you want us to do? We just need to talk to those Mandos." And they're like, "Well, we can't let you talk to the." Okay, so here's another plot hole. They're like threatening the Mando and Bo, not letting them talk to the other Mandos unless they do this stupid job and find out why the droids are screwing up. I don't think the droids were killing anybody, were they? They were just like
I don't think so. They were just causing like mayhem, but it sounds like these people are a bunch of snowflakes because it gets to the point later where we find out the reason they rely on droids is because nobody on this planet works. Not a single fucking person.
They're just lazy socialist fucks. And they can't have any weapons there because Jack Black, who somehow for the life of me, I cannot imagine being an ex-Imperial guy. And he's in love with this moose here. And their whole thing is, "Oh, well, we can't have guns on this planet," and all of this. And they're the only ones that have guns, as Bo-Katan and Mando, and they need them to go figure out what's going on with these droids. Here, let's see. This scene felt like a Disney ride. This whole episode felt like a Disney ride. Somehow. Is Grogu about to be the main dish? Well, I mean, this moose here was eating everything, so I mean, why were there so many separatist droids around 30 years after the wars? Yeah, I don't understand that either.
And, like, they must have been like maintaining them too, because they would have been in that upkeep working condition. So I don't know, unless it's got something to do with the like twist that we get at the end, which wasn't even a twist. You knew that the actor was going to come back because it's fucking the dude from Fast and the Furious. Back to the Future.
Yeah, it's just stupid. So they agree to go figure out and do this investigation for them, even though they could just put a gun to their head and say, "Tell me what the damn Mandos are." But no, we're going to go do our weekly game quest, our side quest.
Yeah, I was just about to say that earlier. I was like, yeah, this whole episode's a side quest.
So they're just like, "Okay, you're going to figure out what's going on here since we're socialist losers and we're dumbasses. Okay, thank you. All right."
And the reason they let them keep the Mandos keep their weapons was because of the fact that it's their religion.
Yeah. They let them have it, but then they go on this long spiel about, "Oh, we're this advanced society and all of this, and we don't have guns, and everybody fucks up all day, and they have droids taking care of them." So here we got the professor from Back to the Future, and he's in control of all the droids in this world or town or whatever, and he's complaining to Mando and her about like, "Oh, we couldn't take these droids away because these people are useless as it is. They rely on the droids for everything, wiping their ass and brushing their teeth and everything. We couldn't do that." So he starts showing them these clips of like the droids, and they're just like I don't know what you'd call them, being rebellious or just doing stupid shit. Like this droid gets in this speeder thing here, and it flies itself into the wall, and it keeps bashing this wall. And they're like trying to figure out, like, well, what's causing this? What's going on here? And he's like, I don't know. It could be the Separatists doing this. So, like,
Yeah, I was half expecting one of the excuses to be that there was some sort of programming error because the droids were being overworked. Yeah, Cornbread Man, yeah, this is like a propaganda socialist wet dream of a planet.
Yeah, that's the whole point, is that these people are lazy and stupid and they can't do anything, and they need the droids because without the droids they wouldn't be able to wipe their own ass and all this. And so
could have something to do with, self-serve machines, how everyone relies on those now at stores.
I guess so. He goes down and talks to the Ugnaughts because they're the ones making the things, and they ignore Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan's like, hello, I'm Bo-Katan, I'm a big deal.
I don't know if you know this, I'm not wearing a helmet, he still is.
And then she's like getting upset with him, like, oh, let me deal with everything. And then they go down here and they just ignore her. They don't give a fuck about her. And she's just like,
don't even look in her direction.
Yeah. And then Mando's like, hey, I knew this Ugnaught from season 1, and he was a good guy, and I've spoken. And then they're just like, oh, okay, this guy knew that Ugnaught guy. All right, so we'll help you now. So Bo-Katan is sitting here, and she's like, oh, your droids are shitty, and they're attacking people, and how dare you, and all this. And then Mando's just like, oh, she doesn't know the way, and all. Man, like, I did like how this made her look stupid.
Oh yeah, she looked so fucking dense, man.
Yeah.
And she was so sour afterwards as well. But yeah, he's like, look, you don't talk to them like that. They are very proud people. He's like, I know you are the hardest workers in the galaxy, blah blah. He gives them the biggest blowjob ever.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh yeah, okay, here's what you need. He's like,
yeah, they just pull it out of thin air, basically. The guy just reaches over and is like, oh, here they are.
Which, you lying little fuck. He's like, no, we can't help you. There's no droids that are broken. And then it's like, all right, here's the droids that were broken. We just didn't want to tell this bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, we hated her. She called us stupid and thinks she's better than us. So then he gets it out from them, like, where it is. So then they go over there, and she's like, you didn't have to embarrass me like that. How dare you? And he's just like, look, I knew the Ugnaughts from long ago, you stupid bitch, and you're not a big deal and all this. And then Bo-Katan's just like, oh, I'm the savior, and that whole stupid whammon thing. So they go here, and they're talking to this battle droid.
Oh my god, this is the part that fucking pissed me off. Oh no,
yeah, this was so stupid. This whole thing, this was such a shitty episode, man. So he's talking to this droid, and he's like, hey, why are your droids like not listening and doing stupid shit? And he's like, oh, these droids are fine. We just had their memory wiped, and we did all this like maintenance to them. And then Mando just starts like fucking with them. He starts
like that.
He starts kicking them, and then the battle droid's like, why are you doing that? They're doing their job. And then Mando's like, fuck up.
Aren't they? Yeah, they're safe. I can do it. They're not going to attack back. They're stupid droids.
And then this one gets pissed off and takes a swipe at Mando and knocks him down. And then they start chasing after it because it runs off like a fucking... That was really weird. This whole thing was really weird.
I didn't know that the super battle droids, I think that's what they're called. I didn't think that they could run that fast. I never seen, not in Clone Wars, not in the fucking movies.
Yeah, on the movies
even
and stuff.
Even in the video games, they couldn't run that fucking
Yeah,
fast.
they're like really heavy, and they're like just they were like tanks in the movie. On here, this thing's like a fucking track athlete. So it's just running through the city, smashing everything, and
it's also got intelligence because it's throwing shit stopping and picking stuff up and throwing it at them.
Yeah. It throws this like big crate at them, and then Bo-Katan just flies over them. Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
he fucking Mando jumps over it. She has to use her jetpack.
yeah. So Mando cuts it off and knocks it through this window, and then you think Mando is it knocks Mando on the ground again, and it looks like it's getting ready to kill Mando, and then he takes the sword out, and then it just dies instantly, and then guess who's here? Our savior once again, Bo-Katan to the rescue. Then she gets some thing off of it, investigating, going, "Oh, look at this thing. We're gonna go talk to this guy and see what this is." So now here's a really weird part, man.
This is the part that pissed me off, man. I would have just nuked this
What?
entire bar.
Why is there such a thing as a droid bar?
What the fuck, man?
Like,
And they're all drinking like motor fluid or some shit. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, this is fucking this is ridiculous.
Yeah, I was like, why would you? It speaks for itself. Like, I don't know what else to say. This is Star Wars now, a fucking droid bar, where droids are hanging out doing what? Sharing math equations or something. Like, I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, what the fuck do they talk about?
Yeah,
Like, do they hook up with other droids? Do they like do that
Yeah.
thing Bender and the ship did on Futurama? Like,
yeah,
what the fuck?
robot porn or droid
Like, this
porn?
is giving me so many questions I never really wanted to ask before. It's just why? I fucking
Yeah.
already hate droids, man. They're
We're gonna have
useless.
droid hentai or something. Like, I don't know what's going on
droid
here.
hentai. What the fuck?
So they walk up to this droid and they start threatening it, and they're like, "Hey, these droids are fucking around here, and if you don't tell us what's going on, we're gonna have to kill all the fucking droids here." And it's like, "Oh, why would you do that? We're innocent. We're just minding our own business here, hanging out, drinking motor oil and whatever." And then all the droids are like, "Oh, what's going on here? Are we gonna die?" and all this. And then she's just like, "Let me handle this. I'm powerful whammon. You fucked up and all of this stuff." And she's insufferable sometimes.
Yeah, she's just trying to give him shit. She's like, you gotta stop being so racist against droids. Be a little bit more open-minded. It's like, bitch, they wiped out my entire planet.
Yeah. So he goes back there, and he gets this. He pulls out like some prod thing or something, like cattle prod thing.
He's like, I'm gonna rip your memory circuit.
Yeah. And they get back here finally. He cuts the shit, and he's like, "Okay, well, here's this thing. See, this is so stupid because these are droids. They wouldn't be holding out and all this. The droid would just be like, inquiry, here's your chip or whatever. Okay, thank you, but no. We got to threaten the guy and do all this and act like they're humans." So he gives him the chip thing, and then look at the.
They've got a morgue for fucking droids.
A morgue for droids. This is a real thing. This is how stupid these people are. So we got a morgue for droids, and we're doing CSI now. Okay, let's see what happened here. Let's take some motor oil and see if his valves are bad. Okay. Tell us what's going on here, fatty. All right. Oh no, a droid went crazy trying to kill us. Mando sliced it in half. He actually did something for once. So then she's telling them, "Oh look, this has got nano droids are in here, and they have a message." She's like, "What is this? Somebody put a message in here." He tells her to turn it, and they're like looking at it, and
yeah, holy shit! I really didn't realize how much this was like CSI until we were just going over this again.
Yeah,
Fuck me. This is so stupid.
Yeah, this is basically CSI Mando. It's just stupid. So she's like, "Oh, who's this?" And it's like, "Oh, I know who wrote this. The guy from Back to the Future that's running the droids." Okay, well, thank you. All right, thank you, fatty. We're on our way.
I want to read Eric's comment for a quick second. Eric says everyone in this show either a fogo or morbidly obese.
Yeah.
They're all, dude. This is what happens when you go woke. You get ugly.
Yeah. all the women have this same like butch flat top haircut thing. I noticed, except for
I've
Bo
got,
Katan.
I've got longer hair than more than women on this fucking show.
Yeah. So they come back and they're like, "Oh, we know you're causing all this drama and bullshit here." And then
This
this
this this
guy.
this made me laugh. This made me laugh. Found
So
out that
yeah,
he's still like a separatist from all the years ago. I never gave up hope.
yeah. Count Dooku was for the Democrats, and I'm like, what the fuck is this guy smoking?
He was cut down in the prime of his life. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He was old as shit.
Yeah, he was a fucking traitor. He was a fucking traitor, and he's going on about Count Dooku's for democracy. Are you kidding me? What a joke. So he threatens them. He's like, I'm gonna push this button, and if I push this button, every battle droid is going to
I
is
can't
that
remember if it
Biden?
was explode or shut down Biden.
That could be. I mean, you can't rule it out. So yeah, he says if he presses this button, every single battle droid is gonna revert to like its wartime mode or something and kill everybody. So Bo-Katan's like, oh, why don't we just talk about this? Let's take it easy. You're not gonna get out of here. It's not gonna end well. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna press the button. I'm gonna press the button. And then she zaps him with like a Black Widow like taser thing, and he just gets stunned and falls down. God,
This part also, I didn't think about this until it was coming up to it, reminded me of it. So they're playing this stupid little fucking game with living creatures. They act like they're all peaceful as shit, and they're throwing living creatures like fucking, I don't know what this game is called, but they're using them as balls.
Look at this. I don't know what else to say. So Grogu cheats and makes the little thing bounce. Well, they don't show it, but she throws the creature through these ball things here and wins the game because Grogu used the Force and made it go through all the ball things. So they bring him back and they're like, okay, we did your side quest, and this guy thinks Dooku was a guy for democracy and he was sabotaging you and all this. And then she's like, yo, you be going to the moon for show and all this. And it's like, yes, we shall send you to the moon. And that's all that.
Like, Sam putting a whole city in fucking hostile. This guy gets exiled for life. Big fucking deal.
Yeah. Who's gonna run the droids now?
Look, I don't know. I guess they're gonna figure. That's probably why he's laughing at the end, basically, because he's like, "Yeah, I'll be back in a week. You'll need me."
He's just like, "Oh, the humanity of it all. What will become of me and all of this?" Like he just kind of trolls them, and they're just like, "Be gone," and that's it. He just leaves, and then they're just like, oh, guess what? We're gonna leave you the key to the city for show and all this. And she gives.
Oh my god, yeah! And then they give him the fucking key to the city.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any dumber. I'm like, please
look
don't
at this
bring out
key.
an actual. Yeah, I was like, please don't bring out an actual key, and then they do. I'm like, oh my god, dude!
Yeah, look at how big this key is. A key to a socialist city with the but. So, here's another subplot thing I thought about too, or a plot hole. So, if they don't have any weapons or anything, what's to keep another group of pirates like the ones that attacked the other city the last episode?
Well, look, there's that chick over there with the giant pike stick behind Mando.
Oh yeah, that's gonna really help out a lot. Are they wearing stormtrooper armor?
I think that's clone trooper armor.
That key is to her food pantry. I don't think she'd give that away. Everyone is on their own moon.
Yeah, that blue shit. They've just added blue shit over clone trooper armor.
Yeah, it looks like she's got
it could be stormtrooper armor. It's a little.
It looks like she's got a McDonald's apron on.
It's fucking stupid.
So she's like, "Yo, you come here for show anytime." Oh yeah, and they knight Grogu, like he's some English person or something. So
Yeah, yeah,
what
yeah.
is the point? What is the point of being a knight on a planet that can't have any weapons? How fucking stupid is this? But like I was saying, what is to keep pirates from coming here and attacking? Just that small group of Mandos that weren't even there. They had to come back to the city after they got that kid. So if I was those other pirates, they should have just attacked here instead of Navarro, because look at all the shit these people have. They're like lazy and stupid. They can't even fight you. They don't have weapons, and they have to rely on droids.
Well,
I mean,
to be fair, those pirates were led by Swamp Thing, so I don't think there was a lot of intelligence.
yeah, I guess not, but he seems to be smarter than Epcot Land here. So they get back in the thing, and then Bo-Katan, and then we're going, oh no, what are we going to say to them? What are you going to say to them? And she's like, I don't know. I'm not their leader anymore. And he's like, oh, well, you're going to have to get them to agree with you and all this. And, oh, woe is me. I'm Bo-Katan. I'm the superwoman, but I can't do this. Okay, so then we get over there. And here's the people, the other guys from the beginning and the other seasons. And Bo-Katan just is like, I flat out challenge you so I can be leader again. And then he's like, I accept your challenge. And that wasn't half bad. Like, their fight was pretty cool. Like, they were like charging each other. Yeah,
I like that they used their jetpacks quite a bit. You know, that was good.
Yeah, like they would charge one another and then use the jetpack to like throw him against the wall and stuff. So this poor loser gets his ass handed to him. They're just fighting it out, and you know, I find it funny how Bo-Katan still. Why is it Bo-Katan always has the best weapons and stuff? You notice that? Like all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they don't have what she has. Like, so for instance, he shoots her point blank with a flamethrower, and she pops out a fucking shield out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, no shit. Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And then she had a knife in her arm. Oh yeah, and this is the other thing. This dude
he had the knife as well.
Yeah, but she had one that came out of her arm. It's like, what the fuck? Remember that when she pulled?
Oh yeah, like Assassin's Creed. Yeah.
Yeah. So he hits her like Mike Tyson, and it doesn't even
look at that
stun her.
Fucking hit! Boom.
Yeah. Yeah. She barely even gets knocked down.
I laughed my ass off. I was like, he's gonna kill one of his own men, the idiot.
Oh yeah. He shoots a missile to hit Bo-Katan, and man, he could have killed all those people if that thing was off by a centimeter or two. That was a very stupid fucking move. Oh, and I guess in space they got Karen lawn chairs for soccer games too. I guess look at that. So they're fighting it out. Bo-Katan finally wins. She lands on top of him, puts his knife to his throat, and he's like, "Okay, I give up. She's like, "You piece of shit. We have to work together and all of this." So then she's like telling all of them, okay, we're going to retake Mandalore, but we don't know. There's nobody there. I don't know who we're retaking it from, but we're going to retake Mandalore. Okay. All right. I'm with you now, even though you just embarrassed me in front of my whole crew and kicked my ass. So they're like, oh, well, you're not the leader. The Mando's the fucking leader because he's got the sword. Okay, hold on. Let me read all this stuff. LMAO is D-Light, Bo-Katan. She's the bestest ever. LOL, she's got the bestest weapons and everything. So this bitter guy that lost to her is like, well, even though you beat me, you still aren't the leader. He's the fucking leader because he has the sword. And then Mando is like, okay, well, I can't just give it to her because I'm too stupid, even though I'm the king, to change the fucking rules and just say I'm changing the rules that I can give the sword to whoever I want to. No, he goes, oh, well, I have to tell you this embarrassing story now. We were down in the mines and this thing nearly killed me, and I had to send the baby off doing Ferris Bueller run and sending him all the way back to get Bo-Katan to come save my sorry fucking ass. And she took the sword because they took the sword from me, and she took the sword and killed what was killing me or whatever. And then they're like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense. So, do you accept my story?" "Yes, we do." "Okay, Bo-Katan, here you go. Now you're the new leader of Mando."
I had no idea why he had to drag that story out. You could have said it so quick. You should have just said, "Look, I've been meaning to give this to her, but I wanted an audience. So the reason why she deserves it is because I got my ass kicked. She beat the person that
Yeah,
kicked my ass. It's
yeah,
hers."
yeah.
What's all this like drawn out? Like, not didn't it just was too overly spoken, but he talked so goddamn slow.
Yeah. It was like, I have to tell you this long story because I'm too stupid to just change the rules and just give it to her. So I have to go by your bullshit code and just tell this embarrassing story. "Okay, do you accept my embarrassing story?" "Yes, we do." "Okay. Bo-Katan now has the fucking sword again." That was so stupid, man. That was just...
You know, these guys look more organized, but I was just thinking about it. Look at all their armor compared to the we'll call them the scavenger Mandalorians. They're all like mixed matched and fucking half dead. It's like, are these guys just that much better, or are they just not as in tougher situations than the other guys?
I don't know. Those ones look like they're soldiers, and Mando looks like he's a fucking commando or something.
He should be leading them. This guy's got the best fucking armor we've seen on a Mandalorian yet.
Yeah, I don't understand this. It's all about Bo-Katan.
And the one thing that he had over her, she's taking now. What, he's got Grogu? Fuck Grogu. I'm sick of Grogu.
I'm quite frankly sick of all of this, man. I'm glad there's 2 episodes left, because this whole season has been a disaster. They shouldn't have even made this season, to be honest. They should have just left it where it was. The baby went with Luke, and then Mando fulfilled his obligation. But no, we got to go do this whole entire... They wasted 2 episodes. This was a waste of an episode. The other one with the scientist and all that. It's like they don't know what the fuck to do this season. It's all over the place.
Well, no, it's to set up for a Bo-Katan TV series. That's what it is, man. I've been saying it since fucking like episode 2. It's to set her up.
Oh, they sure set her up all right, and they sure fucked him over.
And why did you why not raise it over your hand? Like, awesome.
Yeah, why isn't she raising it up?
I finally got my way. Yes, the mail caved in. Yes, you're right, babe. Sorry.
Yes, I've been bitching this whole season that I need the fucking sword. And
not to mention, like, this is his show, and he's not even standing side by side her. He's standing 3 feet behind her.
Yeah, she's like, "Get behind me. I'm the leader now." I don't know, man. LOL. D-Light Bo-Katan proved that groove is in the heart. Yeah, pretty much. I don't know what else to say. I thought this episode was... I was just mostly laughing. Like, I wasn't even... I just thought it was stupid, but I was just laughing. I'm like, really? You got Jack Black and this fat bitch, and they're like these socialist losers and all of this. I was like, what is this crap, man?
See, I think I wasn't as upset as maybe you are, is because, like, soon as I seen Jack Black, I was like, all right, this is where we're going, eh? All right.
Yeah, Pick of Destiny 2 here, some bullshit. Well, I don't know. I'd say this is probably a 4 out of 10 for me. I don't know. It just seemed really goofy and silly and just... I don't know.
I'm gonna give it 5.5. It gets an extra 1.5 for me because I really loved that scene where she was like being all smug to the Ugnaughts, and then he's like, "Dude, let me take this. I got this."
Yeah, she's just like, you're gonna respect me, and I'm Bo Kreese of the Kreese clan and all of this stuff. And they're just like they just totally ignored her,
Yeah,
man.
they don't give a fuck.
And then he just says, "Hey, I knew this Ugnaught, you know this guy," and they're like, "Oh yeah, we know him." And
I have spoken.
that poor Ugnaught, man, that fucking Ugnaught on the first season, he got wrecked so bad, man. That was so shitty. Mando was like, I could use an Ugnaught. You can make money with me and all this. And he's like, oh, this is my home. And then that fucking, what's his name? The guy from Breaking Bad kills him.
Oh, fucking. Yeah, Gideon.
Yeah, Gideon.
I can't remember what his name was on Breaking Bad.
Well, that's it this week, ladies and gentlemen. We got 2 more episodes to bear through, and then we're on to Ashoka, which I don't know. I'll give it a try, but I'm not terribly.
Is that coming out this year?
I don't know. I know it's the next show that's coming out. I'm assuming Ahsoka is going to be in the next episode or 2. That would be my guess. She's going to show up for some reason. I just hope they tell us who the hell they're retaking Mando from.
Yeah, I have a bad feeling like the last episode is gonna be them getting there. And
No, we're not going to see it. It's just going to be them going, "Oh, we're here," and then who are they fighting? That's what I don't understand. There was nobody there. Anyways, I want to thank Cornbread Man, Eric Boyd, Colonel Morg. That's it. We'll see you next week, everybody. Thanks for coming.
But you know, 1 second before we completely wrap it up, you know that they're gonna be setting it up so somehow they're gonna be fighting Gideon.
Well, I mean, I would assume so. Yeah, I mean,
And
I don't know.
It's gonna be Herb defeating him this time.
We better find out who those Mandos were that took him or whatever in that ship. You know what was weird about that is they just blew up the ship and took him out of. How did they get him out of there, blowing it up like that?
Yeah, I wanted to know that myself. Yeah,
Well, it's kind of weird. I'm like,
they're not going to explain it.
nah. All right, everybody. See you next week. Bye.
Ta-ta.